sync test, no laptop, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're up now. Fuck you, Cody. What? Just gonna throw some random shit like that? It's like.
I got your mic now, Cody.
Shut up, you're dead. Not even real right now. You're a ghost.
I'm afraid to touch it.
He was licking on that one. I forgot.
Yeah, he was.
I forgot he was licking all of that fucking thing.
Got him. Got him now.
Just lick that one and trade it out.
And then he comes in next time, he's gonna be all over it too. He's like, what, dude, it's my mic. It's my mic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, this isn't the Cody podcast, the broadcast. You're technically a guest, and technically we could have other guests come in who have to use the guest microphone. Alright, I guess
I'll be like, the worst part about that is I already licked all these mics before you did.
he's like, oh yeah? How'd you do that? When I was sleeping in here. And I rubbed my dicks on all of them. Right before you did that. I saw Kevin open them from the package.
Is Cody?
I rubbed my dick on him.
Is he here?
He said he wasn't going to make it. He's sleeping under the drum set. He's a little tired.
Forgot.
And remember, it's a Zach. No tech guy today, so it's just us. Motherfuckers. So, and remember, it's a Zach. Our buzz is brought to you today by Cat's Away IPA. Cheap craft brew.
Trouble Brewery.
Oh, yeah, Trouble. Cheap. But this is the IPA. Trouble Brewery out of New York.
Blue Moon.
Oh, yeah, he's got a Belgian.
Nothing real special, but good fucking beer.
Yeah.
Real
Smooth,
good
tasty.
fucking special beer.
Everybody take a sip real quick.
Make a
Everybody,
sip, make a sip.
come on.
Everybody.
At the same time, cheers.
Cheers.
It's funny how I said sip and we all just took a chug.
It's beer. You gotta chug it.
Alright, so fucking
It
shitty
tastes
day.
like I'm licking a moon. It's like pleasure.
And he's the only one that's been in the space and
Oh,
done
yeah,
that.
that's
So,
true.
I mean, he's
That's
the only
true.
one close enough to be able to lick a moon.
Yeah, I forgot.
He
Prometheus
is,
Keith.
he is dead. He goes
He
from
is
space.
dead. I like that jacket though. The jacket is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it looks nice. Looks like suede leather almost, but it's not. It's like way, it's thinner.
It's like really soft too.
This is a fashion. This is the Bash Cody and fashion. It's an improv too. I didn't even think we were gonna do anything today at all.
We weren't.
We weren't. That's why nobody's here. We're just like, fuck it. We're all here, so let's just fucking do something. We're gonna fill this podcast up. Anybody who gives a shit. The 40 people that watch our
Let's just blow this
Yeah.
shit up.
shit. we do need to hit that fucking Tosh.0 video. We come up with something really fucking stupid.
We have to.
Get a bunch of viewers.
While we're fashioning it up, look at my new shoes.
Oh shit! Look at that. It almost matches your
Hold on,
jacket.
the moon's blocking.
The
Do it again.
Blue moon
Yeah.
shoes.
Oh, nice. Are those adjacent Nikes?
Jason.
Nope, even better. Pumas.
Nike
Oh,
adjacents.
Nice.
Who's adjacents? I don't know that player.
Yeah. Keith?
Uh.
Give us the sports report.
They suck.
They suck. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Nice. You deserve to wear that jacket.
So they're not Nike Airs, they're Beyond Air, they're Space. So they gotta be something like
Adjacent
then
space.
they're not Nikes, they're NASA's.
They're Numas. They're Numas.
Nice. Sweet shoes, though.
Those are sweet. The jacket looks green in here, though. Isn't it brown outside?
That's what I said.
It is
almost
green.
matches.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got a green tint. It's like a tan green. It's weird. Asian, you know? Weird.
It's olive green.
Imagine
Oh,
all of the tiny dick sweat that went into making that jacket.
Olive, the tiny. Olives.
All of it.
Well,
All of
the funniest thing too, though, is that it is olive green and it's actually handmade in China.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it came with the sweat.
Well, these shoes are supposed to be made in the U.S. and these are olive green.
Somebody doesn't know the colors.
Right.
We got a different standard for olive green in China. Who's that?
That's a racist jacket.
Who's that? What's that? What are they saying? What do they say?
That's an email.
Someone got punched in the face?
No, I got some insurance bullshit to deal with at work. My fucking HR person's a
Fuck
piece of
insurance.
shit. Dude, our HR person is worse than Reed.
You're what? Say that again?
HR person, human resources,
Mm-hmm, I know. Yeah.
worse than Reed.
Worse than. I thought you said weed. That's why I was like, well, what?
No,
Okay.
worse than Reed.
I think ours is too, because it's a female that's a cunt.
I think ours is too because that's a woman. They can't do jobs.
She's a cunt.
She is, yeah. Yeah, she's a nasty person.
Yeah, it's Brooks's aunt.
Hey.
I didn't throw a first name out there that I don't know what I'm talking about. But
Michael Rourke.
It's his aunt, and she's a bitch. And like she hates anything that has to do with drugs at all. So like insane about it. So from the start, when I started there, she hates me because I mentioned that dude's name to her. But when I mentioned that dude's name to her, she's like, "How do you know him?" And like pissed off about it.
Yeah, she's like, "I heard you know Mike. How do you know him?" I mean, who's Mike?
But she was like, "How are you associated with him?" And I was like, "Well,
He's my drug dealer."
I was like, I hung out with them for a while. She was like, before or after prison, and like shit like that. And I was like, well, I told her, I was like, well, it would have been before he went to prison. I was like, it was probably about the time that he went to prison that I lost contact with him. I was like, that's probably why I lost contact with him. I was like, it would have been before he went to prison. And she's like, oh, so you were one of his little drug buddies. And
Jesus.
I was,
she sounds like a good Christian.
Yeah.
And I was
like every Christian.
I was like, well, I was one of his like drug associates. I was like, I wasn't really one of his drug buddies. I was like, I was more like clientele to him. I was like, I bought drugs from him. And well, I told her I was like, I bought drugs from him. I was like, but that was back then. I got away from all that shit just like he did. I was like, he went to prison, yeah, but he straightened his life up. And she just started like going on this rant about drugs. And like since then though, she's like hated me just because I know that dude.
Yeah, and he'll put in for like vacation and have to get approval. And it has to be a week before.
So she's just in her office just staring at you when she's looking at your paper?
So she'll fucking hold off on it to make him think that he's not going to get it, that she's not going to push it through until the last fucking day. Or his supervisor he'll mention it to him, and he'll have to go and grab it and sign off on it and say, yeah, you're good.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because she'll just fucking let it sit there.
Yeah, because she doesn't like me at all.
Drugs.
Well,
what do you need time off for?
my boss told me
The
before,
marijuana.
like he's came out of the office and didn't tell me like what they were talking about or anything, but he's told me before. He's like, dude, she does not like you, and I'm like, oh, I know, she fucking hates me.
Fucking cunt.
Is she fat?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, is she?
Like not huge, but
Like not
she's.
fat like LD fat, because that's abnormal. Those girls in the office are. I mean,
I'm talking, yeah.
Wherever it is that Cody
I'm talking
works
like
at.
Autumn.
No, it's nothing like that at all.
Who's on him?
Andy's sister?
Cody, what the fuck are you doing over there? Dude, get the fuck up, dude.
Or does she not work there either anymore?
No, she's up in the office, and she's lost a lot of weight.
Really?
She looks good. She looks good.
I always wanted to fuck her. For some reason.
Dude, she lost a lot of weight. I always wanted to fuck
No,
her.
dude, no.
Not now.
No, dude. No, she
Fucking
seemed
bitch.
like a crazy bitch.
Well, Andy's said he's like she can get fucking crazy. But she's also the nicest, one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
She made nachos in a crock pot and brought them to me for lunch one day because I did a good job putting the carts away one time.
She brought in a bunch of shit to make sub sandwiches.
Yeah,
for
meatball
them,
subs,
taco
dude.
salad.
Taco salad.
She would bring in food and just like feed them all the time. Like she would bring in a bunch of shit, have to go to break before everybody else, so she'd start cooking and setting everything up.
Yeah,
Like she was super nice. Anytime I've seen her, super happy, always cheerful. Like,
Fuck
cool
yeah.
as
Never
fuck.
pissed off, ever. I'm like, dude, this is the coolest chick in the world.
She is really cool. Andy's gonna be coming on as soon as not on Autumn. That's his sister. He's gonna be coming on Erect.
Oh man.
No, him and Phil are supposed to be coming over as soon as we can get a clear day, because it's been so fucking hectic for everyone. And the last time they're supposed to be here, they got too fucked up the night before.
Fuck you, Phil.
No, he's cool. He almost had to fucking go to the hospital. Like was having a heart attack. So, no, like...
Tell him to drink some water and apologize to his liver.
He does need to apologize to that liver.
God damn. I mean, I love beer, but jeez. And I pretty much drink every day.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty much.
Almost.
2 or 3.
At least,
7.
yeah. I have at least 2 almost every day. 2 beers when I get home. I'm good. And then, when I party out, I'll take a couple shots first. Lines of stomach. It's real, man. Never sick.
Dude. I want to do a shot right now.
I have some rum, some Bacardi. Shout out, can we get sponsored?
There's still a whole bottle of gin.
Oh yeah, that shit's rough.
I'd rather
Yeah.
I don't really like gin.
I gotta drive.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, go somewhere still.
I don't sleep here like Cody. You fucking piece of shit. Wake up.
Don't care.
Fucking piece of garbage. Fucking shit. Enters my life all the time, dude. I say it all the time. I say it today at work. It's like, fucking piece of garbage. I was like, you want to go out because you look good? You want to go out on a date? And they take you out because you're a piece of garbage.
My mother always told me.
You want to go out? You want to go out like a piece of garbage? Taking you out. I'm taking you out like a piece of garbage.
Move out to the side of the world. It don't sound like Mike Tyson.
No, it doesn't sound like Mike Tyson.
Dude does.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Ain't by no ways to you. I hate it.
You know, I've spoken at the fourth dimension stuff, and I've seen how everything's gonna play out. So I know that I can punch him on the side of the head right when my arm's ready.
Just babbles on and doesn't say anything real.
It's the worst.
He's just fucking retarded.
Tattoo on his
hit.
fucking face.
Yeah, it's faded though.
Dumbass
It looks
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
weird as
Fucking
shit.
face.
Looks like someone just took a stamp,
But yeah.
a tribal stamp, and
Yeah.
just smacked
And
to
they-
the head with
A
it.
gay ass tribal stamp. And they try to put him on that the Hangover movie to make it better. That movie is one of the worst movies ever. This is one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's funny because you can tell everything's gonna happen. Like even watching the trailer, you
Dude,
feel like,
Horrible
okay, yeah,
Bosses
no.
kills that fucking movie.
Yeah, but the second one is fucking trash, dude.
I didn't see it all
It
the way.
was so stupid.
Dude, the first one is so fucking great.
The first one, it was good.
So great.
And fucking Jennifer Aniston. Oh my god.
Keith?
Fucking gorgeous.
Fuck yeah.
She's like 52? Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I was bringing it up. Yeah, shitty fucking long day after work again. Couldn't get everybody together. Well, I really didn't try because I didn't know what was going to happen anyway. Zach wasn't at work today, so I know he's sick. No tech dude. What else? I didn't ask Cody. He's got a lot of shit on. He wasn't at work today either. He's about to buy a house.
Oh shit.
And I'm only working a half day tomorrow, and we got enough work that we can work all day Saturday and still not be caught up. In fucking June. In June, our slow season.
Yeah, I was like, this is like CPU and FedEx time.
I mean, Joe should come back to LD. It's an inside joke. Nobody knows our friend Joe yet.
Inside Joe.
Inside joke. That's another good acquaintance of ours, Adam Post.
I forgot his last name.
He ends every phrase or word with a
No, dude.
unnecessary T.
Not only that, but he puts T's in places where
Oh,
there's
yeah, yeah.
V's and R's and
Yeah,
S's.
yeah,
You don't, you don't
He just
care.
loves T's.
Yeah.
Loves T's. Loves trannies.
Do your stare off, dude. It's your turn.
You want to wrestle?
Oh shit.
All right, reach all the way across the table.
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from?
Here, let's arm wrestle. You gotta reach all the way over here. I'm already 6'2", but you gotta reach all the way over here.
I'm not even trying.
It's like you're just gonna be like this. Stop. What's funny is I'm gonna edit that one, so we don't even show it. Right, we're gonna show the very beginning, and then I'm just gonna put a broadcast, and be like, Cody lost. And then it'll show,
embarrassed to put
and then it'll show us again, and it'll go away and be like, Cody lost again.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
It would be funny, but I wouldn't even do that. He keeps it real. Keeps it 100.
We do, but he seriously was like your knuckles are supposed to be straight up. His knuckles.
Oh, he was
are
already
like-
trying to push over before it started. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
dude,
not
I
even
can
gonna go.
feel you curving
I'm not
my
even
wrists.
gonna go. I'm not even gonna go. All right, I hate Bashin when he's not here.
Mm.
I hate when he's here. No, just kidding.
It's rare.
We didn't do any prep work, so no real stories or anything to get to except Volcanoe. Fucking Volcanoe's sick. I love Volcanoes.
He's erupting with two
Badass.
mics.
Double. Deuce mics. So far as far as I've seen, 200 people missing, 75.
300.
300 now?
300.
Started at 300?
300.
Damn, one lady
Either
had 20
dead
people.
On,
dead or
on,
missing.
on the plus side, though, it did happen in Guatemala, so it killed a bunch of starving kids. I mean,
Yeah,
made
they're not suffering
Yeah,
anymore.
and made barbecue for other families.
right, exactly.
Starving.
But it was only 60 families because every one family had 20 members that were missing. Saw it, that's real. Look that shit up. You'll see it.
Yeah.
YouTube said.
You go.
So
It's
after,
like 20 of my family members are gone.
after they get over their depression, they can be like, I lost all my family in this house. You can have them if you want them. Let me have your family. I'm hungry.
One dude wasn't even crying. He's like, how am I supposed to cry? My heart was hardened from all this. Then he points at the lava. My heart's hardened from all this lava. He's like, that's my family under there, buried. Over here, that's everyone else's family. All around here, that's everyone's family. Buried.
Bird.
I was like, yeah, it's funny that they find like the same people we would find on the news. The dumbest fucking
Right.
shit. They're like, see that over there? My family, buried. Over here, everybody's family, buried. All this together, that's all our families, buried.
A guy smoking crack on the sidewalk. You see what happened here? You want to be a witness?
I see lots of shit.
Yeah.
I see lots of shit. What do you want to know about?
You want to be on camera? You want to be a witness?
He's like, witness? That sounds too legal. I'm out of here.
No, it's easy. Just tell us any bullshit.
Cool, man. You'll be on TV.
No, nobody even knows what happened here. Just tell us any bullshit.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, man. So I was walking down here backwards because that's the best way to walk. You build up muscles that way. Walking backwards. Nobody walks backwards because they're stupid. But we walk backwards when you know how to walk. And I seen this gremlin come poking out the side. Everybody's seen the gremlin. That lady seen the gremlin. I seen that gremlin. And like, see, everyone around here seen that gremlin. They all walked up here. Everybody seen that gremlin. We ain't playing around. There's fucking gremlins out here.
And then next time they go to the news, there's like 20 fucking people out there that he's convinced that there's a fucking gremlin. Do you see that leprechaun video?
Is it Adam?
You see that leprechaun?
A saint.
You see that leprechaun video? Where all the people in Georgia are like, there's a leprechaun. We seen it up in the tree. And the whole neighborhood fucking like 25 fucking 30 people.
Yeah.
Like, there's a leprechaun. I seen that leprechaun in my backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm doing a really racist impression, but that's the only one I know how to do.
Black.
But, I mean, that southern accent.
It's only racist if they think it's black.
Well, it's
Or-
predominantly black neighborhood. But, and also, we were saying crack, so everyone probably assumes that was a black person too. It wasn't a hyper white person on crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can help you out. What do you want? Do you need? I can do something for you. What do you want?
Are you selling stuff?
It's
Oh,
auction.
give me $5, $250. What?
Hey, what I have, what I have, no, I have, all the camera, go for 5, go for 10, go for 6, go for 7. It don't even make any sense. And I don't even order. Oh, sold.
1, 2, 3, 4 needles in your arm.
In the
Three
smoke.
crack pipes and one crack pipe and the whole crack pipes going down around the corner. Now, no, there's a syringe. Syringe in the head, this syringe in the veins, the 3 syringe in the veins, the 5 syringe in the veins. Oh shit! Now you're all fucked up.
And the smoke came up out of nowhere, killed all my family.
That's a volcano story.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go as fast because I was working through a burp right as I was trying that, so I had to go slower. Let the cough and burp at the same time. What was smoking there? Paul Walls.
Marbles.
Some marbles. Is that from Marble, North Carolina?
I'm smoking Marbles ashes. The M&Ms, they only taste expensive.
They're the special volcano kind.
People are dying.
Yeah.
He's like, these are Guatemalans.
Yeah. Filter living mortalities.
Live in mortality. Nice. It's red too, like lava. It's good. The Guatemalan
Death. Yeah.
live in mortality.
Maybe it just stands for lungs and more.
I like it. Limbs and limbs and I don't know.
Limbs and men.
Ugh.
Limbs and moms.
Sponsor.
Sponsor. A fake fucking company. Who puts dead people into cigarettes?
Nah, dude. Philip Morris, though.
Philip Morris did it.
Richmond, Virginia. Please
Go get
don't.
his ass.
Please don't litter. 1-800-532-7175. Call him.
Call him. He did that shit.
Limbs and Morrises. My whole family's in them cigarettes.
All 20 of them!
Nah, dude, there's 19. The 19 and a half here.
That's a mama.
I'm smoking your
That's a
newborn.
grandmama.
I'm smoking your newborn, yeah.
With 2 granddaughters, and that's all my brothers.
God damn.
Holy shit.
I need another beer.
Oh, fuck. Is there anyone out here? Alright, I think I might take. Alright, I'm not gonna take a break. We're gonna take a piss. Actually, we're gonna take a break because I'm gonna go wake Cody up. Cody will be here when we come back. Alright, everybody, stay tuned. Here comes Cody, motherfucking Co-Dizzle, so it's gonna be Co-Donnie. Oh, opposite seat. Good, this is gonna be sweet. He can't argue with fucking Don across the table. As long as.
Co-Donnie.
Co-Donnie.
Get him, Keith.
Choke him out.
Choke him out. Put him in a head. Put him in a head. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Video's on. Zip. Little check again. Little 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I like it.
That's for Cody. Welcome, Cody. Glad you could make it. So glad you could make it. Your giant mitts. To see you here. Any words of wisdom today?
It isn't the pollution that's harming our environment. It's the impurities in our water and air that are doing it.
Well, let's talk about that.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, yeah. Could you elaborate further? If it's not pollution, but it's the impurities in the water and the air. What would those impurities be?
These acts were intended to frighten us. They have failed. Acts can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but cannot touch the foundation of America.
Oh, okay. So he must be referring to the ashes of the dead bodies in the water from the volcanoes.
Oh, you're true on that point, Cody.
I like how the bottom lip just quivers.
It's got blackface on it. That's why.
I understand small business
Dude,
growth. I was one.
We're trying to have a conversation. You won't fucking stop.
My tax cut plan is realistic.
Dude.
Because it avoids meaningless 15-year projection.
You do not have a plan then. If there is no projection. All right, so back from the piss break.
The vast majority of our imports come from outside the country.
Just the vast majority of imports.
That's it.
Where do the rest of them come from?
Where are the rest of them imported from?
Yeah. So, I have to say, peeing outside is the most liberating, freeing thing you can do. Just being one with nature. It's what nature intended. To just stand there, pissing, looking at the world with your dong hanging out.
Lonely.
Yeah, just the one little person, this big world,
With a big dog.
making it a little wetter.
By pissing on it.
If there is water, that means there is oxygen. If oxygen, that means we can breathe.
Wow, so profound.
Cody, you're a fucking genius.
Jeez, man. That's why we have you here. That's why you come. That's why you come.
Well, there's a lot of death victims from the volcanoes that aren't breathing.
I was raised in the West.
Yeah, shut up, dead person.
It's pretty close to California. In more ways than Washington, D.C. is close to California.
Leave.
If
This was a president.
if the people are burning, there's oxygen, but they're still not breathing.
not part of the problem. I am a Republican.
I think both Democrats and Republicans are part of the problem.
They are
Exactly.
the problem, yeah.
I'm not part of the problem. I'm just a small fraction of the problem.
Infractions
Fractions.
are something that I can't figure. The doohickey decimal point, and all that bullshit.
The American people would not want to know any of the misquotes that George Bush may or may not make.
But they'll be remembered forever.
That Cody Cottrell. America may or may not want to know the misquotes I may or will not make.
Who's 14 and lives with his mom?
It's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it.
Dude, his mom just died.
Who?
Bush.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah. Good.
Barbara.
Yeah.
And she is rumored to be the daughter of Aleister Crowley. That her mother came here and before she came here to America, she was somewhere in France where they would perform satanic, cult, and sex rituals. And she lived, in her own diaries, says she lived with Aleister Crowley. And this woman also lived there. And I could be wrong. It could be this woman that was there too. It might have been her diaries. But I'm pretty sure it was her herself. Then comes here soon after performing one of these rituals. And then meets the Bush family. Marries in. And gives birth. Well, no, she wouldn't have to marry in. It would have been she gave birth to, and then she married Bush. Either way, is there 3 of them? I know there's 2 of them. Is there 3?
Of the Bush?
Yeah. 3 Bushes. 3 Bushes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Barbara, George H.W.
No, I mean 3 men. Is there a Bush before Herbert Walker? I think there is.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that woman marries him or something shit like
Keith,
that. I can't
social
remember.
Studies. What do you got?
They all suck. But anyway, I can't remember exactly. Now I want to look it up so I don't look so fucking stupid. But
Zach, look at. Oh, he's in there.
Cody, do something.
The future will be better tomorrow.
Fortune teller
Damn.
called 9/11.
Called it. He called in and had it done. Called it.
Dude's a genius.
Yeah, so anyway, she's pregnant, like when she's married and then gives birth to Barbara Bush. But she wasn't Bush then, it was whatever the hell she was. And so Barbara Bush may be the daughter of Aleister Crowley. And she had kept a fetus from her first or second born son that didn't make it in a jar. And she like has pictures of it that she carries around with her.
Mr. Crowley.
Dun, 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 dun. Mr. Crowley. He sounds kind of whiny in that song, but I love that song. Just because
The solos are sick.
Crowley, which isn't his real name anyway. He changed it so that the numbers of the letters would add up to 666.
That's fucking badass.
He wasn't stupid. He was a genius. I mean, especially to get that many people to follow him. But he was an evil genius.
Hitler.
No, he may be worse than Hitler. And the fact that his cult following, and the things that they do is like pedophilia, bestiality, and murder rituals, sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
I know how hard it is to put food on your family.
So remember, kids, always feed your families to the ones that are still living.
You got against Guatemalans.
To chase every family member around you had and try to put food on them. Running away from you and trying to dump food on them. You know how hard that is. When they don't want food dumped on them. And you chase them with a plate of food. Or a bowl of food. It's plates. Or like bowls. But flat.
When there's a volcano, don't run from it.
It's like he's really
I
here.
have made good judgments in the past. I have made good judgments in the future.
It's like he's really here.
If we don't succeed, we run the risk of failure.
It's gonna be loud as fuck.
He can't take the high horse and then claim the low road.
You what? Oh shit, his hands. Oh, you ripped his giant hands off. Sorry. You want to arm wrestle?
Those of us who love freedom must work together to do everything we can to disrupt, deny, and bring to justice these people who have no soul, no conscience, people that hate freedom.
Jesus.
Well, that was inspirational, for real.
There's an epic rant coming from one of the fucking heads of the biggest conspiracy ever.
Yeah, it's just conspiracy though.
Besides
Conspiracy.
religion.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He allegedly. That's what we call the podcast. We should have called it allegedly.
Well, this could be inspirational stuff, because maybe he's talking about the government.
Could be dumb enough to actually say exactly what's going on. That'd be pretty funny too.
I know how easy it is to bring down 2 towers. And then a third.
We have an audience today. My son Christian has joined us. Probably can't see him if he's hiding in the chair over there. Hiding back. But he's pretty funny. Little bugger.
I know the human being and the fish can coexist peacefully.
Yeah, get it? A human being and a fish can coexist
Together.
in harmony and peace.
Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?
Yes, rarely is it asked. Is our children learning? Are you learning anything?
It is never said before. It's rarely asked.
Yeah, it is rarely asked. It's true. Actually, that's the truest statement on there.
Right.
It's rarely asked. It's rarely asked.
I've
Is our children learning?
I've got to try to put food on my family, so I'm gonna try that and see how true that is.
We never did like a whipped cream in the bedroom.
No.
Yeah. Never trying to whip cream on top of cherries. Hey, get out of here. Go on. Yeah.
Any final words?
Verbosity leads to unclear, inarticulate things.
All right, Cody, you can relax now. You can be yourself. No more kids here. You can, get rid of that boner.
I'm from Texas.
His hands are black because he wrote nigger all over his hands over and over until they were completely black. All right, that's enough making fun of Cody. We could fill time with other shit.
Got him. You kill those bugles, Keith? Those boogles?
Yeah. You want some?
No, what do you want me to do?
When did that happen? When was that?
Reason?
What?
Reason? We're in the future now, though, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Got him.
Got me.
Got the boat.
Fucking Bush.
Piece of shit. Did I just hear a dog bark?
No, that was Christian.
That was a pretty good dog bark.
Yeah, it was almost.
It sounded real.
It did sound real. Dude. Comment?
Yeah.
What you guys said?
I do like the jacket, though. Is it warm?
Okay.
Let me see the inside of it real quick.
Oh, you're not ready for this.
Jacket. You take off your jacket, sir. I feel like you should be cooking me a fucking meal right now.
Chopping up some eggs and rice.
Oh, that is pretty sweet.
Feel it. Feel that lining.
Damn.
Silky smooth.
Even this material
Yeah.
is so
Holy shit.
soft.
That is soaky. It's nice.
That'd be nice to take some ecstasy in. And just sit in there and feel yourself inside the jacket over.
I'll turn into a dragon. I'll turn into a fucking Asian dragon. I'll beat Jackie Chan's ass. With your anime music playing in the background that you made.
Alright, so we covered the earthquake in the news and all the dead people.
Yeah. Goddamn my girl.
So. Gotta fill in for Cody.
Yeah, we're good about everything being racist. Well, not everything, but 90%.
I didn't say anything racist,
No,
just
no,
about
yeah,
dead
no,
people.
I'm just saying,
We have
We really
white
don't.
privilege, so why would we even complain?
Bush is a good enough fill-in for Cody.
What's that?
I stand by all the misstatements that I've made.
The fuck you do?
Son of a bitch. Oh, I'd love to get a Trump one though too.
Oh my god.
Fucking all the misquotes that Trump has said, everything he said, every speech he's ever had, like the last one, he's super fucking arrogant.
Well, since they've started writing the stuff for him and he's reading off the teleprompter, he sounds a lot smarter. But
a lot of
that's
things
because of
are
writers.
better.
But
But he still has to get his own shit in there.
dude,
his
he
own
is the
spin.
worst. He is the worst.
He's
you see,
not-
Melania Trump commented, or she tweeted out something about the volcano erupting, and this lady tweeted her back about, David Spade's sister-in-law, I think it was. Yeah, because he married her brother. Sister-in-law, she committed suicide.
You know what's funny
And
is she was a well-known designer,
she's
a clothes designer.
She's lucky she got that.
She was well-known, and her husband was in the house at the time she did it,
I didn't
and
hear
she did it with a handkerchief or a scarf over the doorknob
that. Yeah, I heard
on a
that.
door, which is the exact same way
David
a
Carradine.
few years ago another designer, female, killed herself the same way. Also, there are ties with her to the Clinton Foundation. And this might be another one on the Clinton list
No
of murders.
way.
Because she also had ties to the Nexium company and the sex cult.
Holy shit, you went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I just found out about this, and I was like, okay, well, I'll read a little bit into it, but holy shit. That'd be
So
fucking insane.
she was probably going to say something or knew something that then went out, or she already did say something.
And she sent her little Pizzagate little kids after her.
And they're like, it's even the police on the scene. There's a quote from one of the police officers saying, "This is just like that other designer who killed herself in Manhattan, the same city, New York. The exact same way. They're like this, with a scarf around the doorknob in her bedroom. But she had nobody there, and she didn't leave a note. This woman, her husband was there when it happened, and she left a note.
To her 12-year-old or 13-year-old daughter?
I don't know what the note said, but
Dude,
I just heard she wrote something.
Fucked up.
But I think anybody could just write something and be like, oh yeah, she left a note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt did it. I mean, Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. Fucking bitch. Yeah, try to kill me. Fucking bitch.
Dude, she'll get away with it. Better quit doing that shit.
Oh, she's too old now. Fucking hag. Fucking sucks.
Well, she won't personally do it anyway. She'll hire somebody, but
yeah.
That's
and his
alright.
daughter had to give up his fucking acoustic guitar that he played on MTV Unplugged to her ex because she was tired of hearing about him complain and she wanted to be done with the divorce.
Yeah, because he kept asking for more and more money.
How the fuck do you give that away? I'll pay you for the rest of my life if I don't have to give you that guitar.
I wonder like how much like memorabilia shit she has. And I wonder how
she has to have a shit ton of shit.
And I wonder how like fucked up that dude was too.
I want the gun though.
No,
I want the gun or the shell. Because the shell might have some
That's
brain
evidence though. They're not gonna get evidence.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet someone probably fucking took that shit. For the evidence.
Let's go to Seattle and find out. Shit, we could find out some shit on fucking Alice in Chains, all kinds of people. Seattle, fucking sweet bands.
Soundgarden. What's funny is the bassist from Guns N' Roses was asked if you could be in any band, what band would you want to play it in? And he said Soundgarden.
No shit.
He said that he would love to play bass with Soundgarden. That he actually met those dudes and he loved them and he loved their style, and that if he could play with anybody in the world, he would have played with Soundgarden. That he almost tried out for them once and wanted to play with them before. When Guns N' Roses took a break for a while, and he went to them, and they had already found a dude and already made an album, and they're like, yeah, sorry.
Dude, even if them or Audioslave don't get into the Hall of Fame, I think he himself should be in the Hall of Fame. Just because his voice is fucking awesome. Nobody can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody can do that. And his live acoustic shit.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, bum.
Dude, it makes you want to fucking cry. But it's his voice that does it.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. How the fuck did you kill yourself, dude? Oh, opiates.
Well, did you hear a theory there's another theory on that.
There's a fucking 15 of them. Ever since he died, there's been a new one every fucking 2 months.
I've seen photos of the crime scene, and they were wondering why there's so much blood on the back of his head, and he was sitting in a bunch of blood. Like, if you hang yourself, where are you bleeding from? You asphyxiate yourself. There's no blood. He was hit in the back of the head with blunt force trauma. Even the autopsy said so. And him and Chester's own son, is named Chris, after Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington. They were best friends. Chris Cornell is the godfather of Chester Bennington's son. And Chester Bennington had already talked about being molested and abused as a child before. Supposedly, Chris Cornell and him were given a book of names, a list of names of people in the industry, the music industry and entertainment, that were pedophiles. And they themselves were putting together a book to release to the public to let people know what was going on. That they were working on this pedophile sex ring. And then all of a sudden they're both fucking dead the exact same way. And a bunch of fucking... Oh, he had a fucking broken rib. Chris Cornell had a broken rib. Like, they fucking beat the shit out of him and then hung him up there.
Wait, did he died in the bathroom?
Yeah, off the bathroom door in the hotel room.
Yeah. And Chester was in his bedroom or something?
No, he was, yeah, at his house all alone. No one else is there.
See, I think Chester did it. But I heard so many fucking Chris Cornell stories that you don't even know what to believe.
Well, the autopsy proved that he had a broken rib and blunt force trauma to the head. Why would he do that to himself before he hung himself?
Yeah, and I seen that same video,
Nobody would.
and
He beat the shit out of him.
Right.
And then hung him up on there and let that finish him off while he was weak and fucking passed out. And then that's when all the blood started pouring down his head that he was sitting in. And all you have to do is fucking put a bottle, bring a bottle in there and dump some out and fucking pour it up there. Look, oh, you drank half of that.
Yeah.
And just say that. We're getting kicked off YouTube. Oh, there's a cool dude you should follow though. Craig the Sawman Sawyer. He is from SEAL Team 6, Navy SEALs.
Nice.
Lives in Arizona. Started a project to find kids that are being stolen and sold for sex trafficking. And they videotape everything with them so they can prove it. And they showed them looking for this 14-year-old girl, and they had the mom with them. That the girl had been gone for like 4 months, and the police couldn't do anything else. They're like, look, well, we can't really do anything. And she's like, you're telling me the only thing that could ever happen is if she runs into a police officer and says, help me. And they're like, pretty much. Like, we don't have the resources. And this dude said, he's like, yeah, they don't have the resources because they don't spend the time on it. They are doing other things, but they let me work with them. And
So it's like children's services.
And in a way, it's like V4CP or something like that. Veterans for Child Protection or some shit like that. That's all he does. He has a whole organization. It's all he does is go and finds missing kids and being trafficked. Well, she contacted this dude after police couldn't do anything after like 4 months, and her daughter was 14. 2 days on the job, this dude found where her daughter was. Said, we think he's in this house. We suspect this dude of some shit before. And the girl was on the lawn, the front grass, when they started pulling up with all the police cars and everything. And he brought the police with him so that they make sure he doesn't do anything illegal so they can't come back on him. And they're like, we just saw her. And the mom was there with them and saw her run back into the house. And the police are treating it as a runaway, that she didn't want to come home. But I'm sure this dude was like threatening her and shit like that. So then they send some people around the back of the house to watch the back of the house. And they take they said they seen the girl in the backyard. And so they take the mom back there. And the mom just runs right over into the yard, and they start hugging, and she takes her and brings her back. And they're like questioning her. They're like, well, how long's your daughter been missing? She's like, over 4 months. And she's like, I haven't heard anything in the past couple of weeks from the police, and I just said I'm gonna look myself. And I heard about these guys, and they're like, well, how long did it take them to find him? She's like, 2 days. And she was reunited back with her mom 2 days, and they went in and arrested the guy. They're like, well, we can't. They're talking it over before. They're like, well, we can't just go in and break the door down. And the police are like, we don't have that jurisdiction. We don't have enough evidence. And I'm just thinking, they didn't say anything about it. I'm just like, you see the girl. The mom's there. Knows that's her daughter.
Right.
Says, that's my daughter.
Yeah, but
She goes in this house, but they can't go in and get her out. She's only 14. She has no fucking rights, really. I mean, she has rights as a citizen, but she can't make her own decision. Her parents are her guardian. They make her the final decision.
And her mom is there.
Yeah, saying that's my daughter.
Right.
Yeah, but I can see that still.
See what?
Just because people are so stupid and crazy. I could see the cops being like, okay, well, I mean, how are you going to prove that? It's not out of the ordinary for them not to do that, I don't think.
Prove what? She just proved it by saying that's my daughter.
Anybody could say that, is what I'm saying.
Why
Any crazy
after
person
searching
could
for your
say
daughter
that and
for
say,
4 months?
hey, I've been missing my daughter for this long. Oh, that's her. She's on the front lawn. I'm just going to take this kid.
Oh, yeah,
I don't see
okay.
that it's the cop's fault for not doing anything, but fucking 2 days? That's better than the cops.
Oh yeah.
That dude's a fucking
Places
badass.
from around the world have contacted him now, asking for his help to
That's
search for
fucking
missing
sweet.
people. They found a bunker just like a couple days ago in Arizona, like off the side of a major highway, and they're like, oh, they found a homeless like little fucking hut thing that they built. Well, this dude went and like checked it out, and there's like kids' toys, and there's like this dugout giant ditch with boards laid across it, and then down underneath that is another hole dug into the ground where there's a septic tank put in on its side. So the top is like facing kind of diagonal out, but it's just a hole big enough for a fucking kid to fit in. And down inside is a dresser, kids' toys, kids' clothes, a chain to hold them there. On the trees outside is a bunch of duct tape that looks like it's used for wrist restraints. And they're like, homeless people wouldn't fucking do this. They found pornography on the site. They're like, they're using this as a holding facility to hold kids here.
What the hell?
And transport them. Not, but a mile or a couple miles away. And he said, and the guy's like, they have scouts that watch the area. They pay to watch the area. And if they see anyone coming near the area, they contact them and let them know. Say, hey, get out, go. Someone's coming. So he goes looking around. He's like, well, if I was a scout and I'm looking at this place, he's looking around. He's like, what would be the easiest spot to see anyone coming here? And he like walks up towards the spot where he thinks someone would be, and there's like a fucking sleeping bag and a mat right there. And he's like, guarantee you that's the scout, where the scout's staying to watch the place. Then not even a mile to 3 miles down the road, while they're looking at this place, one of their other field guys, finds another similar place. And the news said that it was just a homeless shelter, like a thing that the homeless put together. And he's like, no. He's like, not. He's like, the homeless people don't care about kids shit. They wouldn't have that here. He's like, yeah, pornography and all that stuff I understand, but he's like, they're not going to waste their time to duct tape wrist restraints to the tree. So they find another facility down the road that is similar to this one, that they said is fresh, that they just started digging because the dirt is fresh. They could tell that they had just moved it recently, that they're trying to build another spot. And he said it's right by a fucking major city in Arizona. He said it's just off of a highway. He's like, it's a perfect spot. He's like, you would never see it. You would never see it. You would never know. And as the guy's standing kind of by it, back behind him, every now and then you can see a semi truck going by from the freeway. He's like, this is right outside of town. Right outside of a major city. And this is where they're either bringing kids to funnel out of the country or bringing kids into the country. Either way, they're bringing them here and holding them here. He said, I don't know how long. They could be here for a few days to a couple weeks. He's like, but not now that we found it. He's like, I bet they're going to try to move on. He's like, but we just found their other one, so they might not have anywhere to go for a little while.
Dude, I gotta look up this dude's stuff.
He has a gun made after him, a handgun, called the Salmon, because that's his nickname.
That's pretty sweet.
Craig Salmon Sawyer.
He's from SEAL Team 6, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, he was a SEAL team member. I'm not going to quote that. But he was a SEAL team member. I don't know if it was 6 or what. But it's him, a bunch of other SEAL team guys, ex-lieutenants and police officers. and a couple other military people that are helping him out doing it.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that dude's
Fuck this world, man.
Yeah, it took a dark turn.
Will the highways of the internet become more few?
The highways where they're transporting sex trafficking kids become more few.
No.
Yeah, he's just a puppet. He's a fucking. He didn't know shit. Other people planned it, but I mean, I'm sure he'll sign off. Bitch.
His ears are almost as big as his hands.
He did though. He had big fucking ears.
A low voter turnout is an indication of fewer people going to the polls.
All right, the longer we stay here, the longer it's getting sad.
To the polls.
So we can wrap this up here pretty soon. Any other news stories or anything recently? Anyone wants to bring up?
Who's that?
Who's that? What's that?
There was one story that I told you guys about. I told you about a while back off camera. There was a 16-year-old babysitter that tried cooking a baby in the microwave after she did a bunch of meth. But she poured barbecue sauce all over the baby and was attempting to eat it, and like it's really fucked. It's really fucked up though.
Was it Sweet Baby Ray's?
It was actually.
I tasted it.
No, that was in the statement. She poured Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce all over it. But she told the police that she was on meth and that she smoked a little bit of meth to calm down or something like that, and she got
calm down.
But she said that the two things that gave it away that she obviously wasn't on meth was she said that she all of a sudden got really tired and then she got really hungry, and
you'll get hungry.
She started having like weird visions, basically tripping, and was under the impression that she was putting chicken wings in the microwave. And well, when they took the baby to the hospital, the baby ended up living, but it actually had like chunks bitten out of its legs where she was actually like trying to fucking eat it.
Like,
What
dude,
the fuck?
like it had to be like speedballing or something.
So I'm just a babysitter. The sauce is the boss.
Like there's nothing that I've ever done that's made me that fucked up.
Yeah,
that I would
exactly.
think that
Exactly.
living thing was something else.
How old? You said it was a baby or an infant or a child?
The baby was, I think it was like less than a year old. And
Jeez.
the way the parents figured it out, the girl sitting there like all fucked up when they came into the house.
Trips and breakers.
Well, when they came in, like they could smell something, and
Is that Sweet Baby Ray?
but she.
Oh no, that's Sweet Baby Cheese.
What's
she doing in the microwave? Is that Sweet Baby Ray's baby?
But she was sitting there like all fucked up, and I guess the parents told the police that she was like passed out on the couch when they came in, which shows that it's not from meth. But she was passed out.
Is that Sweet
and
Baby Ray's on that baby in the microwave?
Well,
getting microwaves?
They could like smell something. Well, the mom started walking toward the kitchen. The microwave was still on. It was still going.
Don't smell, Lily.
And the baby was in the microwave. Apparently, she took it out, was eating on it, put it back in there, turned the microwave back on, and but when the parents came home, the baby was still in the microwave. The microwave was still running, and the way that they noticed it, like the mom could see something because the baby was like still moving around, moving its arms and shit. Well, through the glass, she could like see something moving in there, and she was like, "What the fuck?" So she walked over, opened it up, and it was her baby in there. It is real.
This Tyson shit back to Aldi's. This ain't chicken.
It's still moving. Holy shit.
What?
You mad
How do you
at
think a
that?
baby
How-
is multiple chicken wings?
That's what I said. It's one thing. You think it was a turkey?
Yeah.
Right.
Or a chicken? One chicken? And how do you sleep on meth? And how do the parents not just instantly murder her? Instantly.
Exactly. Exactly. Why? That's what I didn't get was why they wouldn't. I mean,
Dude, I would cut all their
There's
arteries.
a story not that long ago about a guy coming in and this teenage babysitter he said babysitting his son was molesting his son. When he came in and he beat the fuck out of him, crushed his face in, and called 911. He said, "Hey, I need an ambulance and police." And they're like, "What's going on?" Like, "Yeah, I walked in on my babysitter molesting my son." They're like, "Well, is he still there?" Like, "Yeah, he's laying in a pool of blood." And they're like, "Well, what'd you do?" He was like, "I just kept hitting him." And they're like, "Well, is he alive?" He's like, "Yeah, unfortunately, he's breathing." And the judge dropped all the charges against him. And while this dude was standing for his court hearing a few days later, this side of his face was sunken in. Both of his lips were like 4 times the size they were supposed to be. The side of his head was all swelled out. The whole side of his fucking head. Dude, he looked like something from a monster movie.
So he literally got him
Like
within
he
an inch.
fucking destroyed his face. Destroyed.
See, that's what I think you have to do. You have to just get them right till they're about to die, and just. But dude, I don't know if I'd be able to control myself.
Well, I mean, if I came home to my
You
baby
would kill it.
being cooked,
exactly.
in
you shot a dog
chunks
in the
missing
face.
from its legs,
It's bleeding. It's fucking boiling.
I'd have took that bitch and cut her arms and legs off and threw her in a fire and stood there and watched her fucking burn.
torso just
Screaming. Just the torso. That's fucked up, Keith. Way to end the fucking. Jeez.
That's brutal.
What a brutal story.
Yeah.
Shot dogs.
Fucked up. It's the life of Keith. He's already dead. All he has is death stories. That goes with all his death stories. Jokes from beyond. Alright.
It isn't the pollution that's harming our environment. I understand small business growth. I was one.
Good. We're done. Fuck off, Bush. Fuck off, everybody else.
Peace
Podcast
out.
over.